Okay guys, here's the before and after of a quick reupholstery job. Now, this one is definitely a little more complex. These are slip covers that you can buy on Amazon, and I'll put a link down below. Now, I knew I was in for a challenge. I did some on some standard dining chairs that worked out pretty easily. They didn't require any crazy modification, but these do, however, and I'll tell you why. I knew these were a challenge, but this is what's going on. These nasty peeling PU plastic vinyl chairs, whatever. And I mean, they're stainless steel frames, nothing super great. They probably were 150 bucks new or something, but they're swivel, and I just thought I'd clean them up as quick and dirty as I can. Now, here's the after effect. So these inexpensive slip covers from Amazon can be utilized if you get a little creative and you have a sewing machine and a staple gun, etc. Like I mentioned, my previous dining room chair ones, you can see in my other video, I'll put a link to that in here too. Those were easy because they had easy shape. They were basically built for recovering. Actually, there's one of the chairs right there. So I had 7 of them. I did 6 and sold those. And the 7th I didn't bother with because you have to buy these things in packs of 4 or 7 or 6 or whatever. So I bought a 4-pack of these black ones. Now, the reason this one's more complex is this curve. The vinyl obviously stretched across there would tend to bridge upward. So what I had to do with this is, of course, you're always removing it from the metal frame. So you flip the stool over, you back the screws out, and you just get down to the basic cushions here, the front and the back. So what I had to do was I took a razor and I sliced through this because it didn't matter. Obviously, we're covering it up. And the reason I did that is these slip covers come in one piece. So the technique for making it form a little better is to pull the slip cover through there and staple it to the bottom of the, wrap it around the back and staple it to the bottom of the stool. So you go in order. And I actually wound up cutting these slip covers in half. Here's one of them. They come in one piece. So what I did is I separated the top from the bottom along. Just used my scissors and cut them in half. And so I was dealing with 2 pieces now. Cut this directly in half. And then the other technique I did, because of the shape of this stool being a little narrower up here, I wound up tightening up this top piece so it fit a little tighter. So what I did is, obviously, I turned this inside out. Here's the top section, and I did just a real quick stitch. So here's the stop, or the top. It kind of flowers outward here. I basically came in here and I cut this corner off and tightened her up. I tightened that radius to taper this in and narrow it. So that was one thing. Now that the slip covers are in half, and I razored through the bottom of this, I also had to razor through the bottom of the stool. I don't know if I can show you. I only got one hand here I'm filming with, but anyway, you'll see from the bottom of the stool. I'll come around and show you. So down under here, I had to get access to the bottom. So I wound up razoring right through that vinyl too. This makes it so I can pull that bottom slip cover through the crack. So this is pulled through the crack and then wrapped around the bottom and stapled in. And the same with the top. The top was a lot of extra material, so I wound up cutting it down, drawing it in, leaving a tongue, I don't know what they call it, it's like a tongue thing, to slip through the crack, again stapling to the bottom. So it's kind of a layer effect. The bottom first, wrap it around, because obviously if you did the other one, you'd block your ability to do the bottom one. So I just did it in the correct order. So you're basically, and then you're just wrapping it to the sides as tight as you can, stapling it in, doing the same with the front. You can see I've got a nice tight fit now that contours to this dipped kind of, cupped shape, concave shape. So now the only bunching up I had to deal with was here, which wasn't bad. It kind of looks normal. It looks like normal vinyl would look, and things look pretty tight. This one I just is not quite as perfect as some of the other ones I did, but basically if you tighten that up, you can draw that tight. So that looks pretty darn good, I think, in terms of I mean, these things were like 33 bucks for 4 of them or something like that. So what is that? $8, $9 per stool of material. Now, I definitely spent a little time kind of figuring this out, but now that I've got a little rhythm down, number 2, 3 and 4 is going to be easier. Anyway, I'll put a link down below to these slip covers. You can pick a different color. They've got gray, they've got white, they've got all the colors you can think of pretty much. But kind of easy way to clean things up. Get rid of this nasty peeling situation. And you can see all that's under there. It just doesn't even show up. And, you know, it's clean, ready to go. Well, I hope that helps you guys. Again, link will be down below. Appreciate any likes and subscribes. This is a very inexpensive, a little bit more complex. You need a sewing machine, a staple gun, and a little bit of time to wrestle this into place. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.